We're hearing this a lot lately, Steve.
Yeah, it's been an interesting 48 hours. Of course, you had that recapitalization, the bailout of Huarong, and then 24 hours later, you had the Evergrande executives being summoned to a meeting with the regulators, the central bank, PBOC, and the banking regulator. And then out of that meeting, you get that public rebuke, a rare public rebuke, telling essentially Evergrande to fix its debt problems and stop putting out misleading or untrue information. And these, is a classic example that the bailout, the recapitalization of Huarong is probably the exception, not the new rule. They're different situations. Obviously, Evergrande is a bigger company, but it is the most heavily indebted developer. And this is a sector, property development, that the government wants to restrain, rein in, and, of course, control the debt loads. It is also a private company. Evergrande is private, whereas Huarong is, owned by the central government and also is in a different part of the business of the economy, bad debt disposal, which is perhaps more critical to the health of the Chinese economy rather than the debt that is piling up in the property sector.
How much progress has Evergrande made in dealing with their liquidity problems?
Yep. Well, they're selling off assets. They are also cutting interest-bearing debt by about 20%. But you know what? Investors are not convinced. The stock is down by two-thirds this year, 66%. Bring up this Bloomberg chart, and you can see how the bonds have gone in the completely different direction from Huarong. Huarong prices have been ticking up. Evergrande on the downslope, obviously. So investors concerned that the company is simply shifting obligations to other parts of its balance sheet. They have a lot to do.